Hey, yo everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review. And today we're going to be doing Batman, issue number 4. Take a look at these comic covers right here. Now, where we last left off on Batman, he was investigating the secret hidden hideouts of the Court of Owls, which are apparently located on the 13th floors of certain buildings. Now, upon investigating the last of the hideouts, he accidentally hit a tripwire, which caused several explosions. So now we come into issue number 4 with Batman trying to get out of the hideout before he is crushed under the rubble caused by these explosions. Of course, he's the Batman, so he finds his way out, and he starts to dig deeper and deeper into his investigations. Dick Grayson shows up, and they have kind of a little talk back and forth. Dick Grayson expresses that he's worried because Batman isn't taking this Court of Owls serious. But Batman continues, despite the evidence that has been portrayed to him thus far, that there is no Court of Owls. And Dick says, "How do you know that?" And Batman responds, "Because I've already investigated it." We get a bit of a flashback to after Bruce's parents were killed, and apparently he had suspicions that the Court of Owls were behind it. He couldn't fathom the fact that it was just some random mugging that killed his family. No, he actually believed that Joe Chill was hired by the Court of Owls. Again, this is coming from an 8-year-old boy's head. And he presents evidence on supporting this. Like, for example, there was an owl nesting in his attic before his parents died. And various different things that get brought up. And his investigations eventually come up short. And that's why he doesn't believe there is a Court of Owls, because he already looked into it when he was a kid, and he would continue to look into it later when he becomes a better detective as Batman. However, he continues his investigations, even going so far as finding the bones of his ancestor and using those as ways to find out exactly where these Court of Owls could be. Particularly the assassin known as Talon, who is the agent of the Court of Owls. So his investigation eventually leads him to the sewers of Gotham, where a bird of prey might just be waiting for him. So, will Batman be able to take on the Court of Owls and the assassin Talon, or will he just be walking into a trap that was set for him not too long ago? Well, you're going to have to read and see. So let's get into the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. Good. Well, again, everyone's in character and the art is great here. Those are just things I'm going to throw out there right there so that you know. Don't have to go into those too much into detail. I like the fact that we get a bit of a backstory in this about the Court of Owls and Bruce and his relationship with them, and the fact that he already tried to investigate him. He already tried to look into who these Court of Owls could be. And I also like how the ending was set up with the cliffhanger and with the kind of the encounter with the assassin Talon. Not to spoil anything, but of course Talon does show up and he gives Batman kind of a beating and puts him into a precarious position. I also like how Dick Grayson shows up because you have Dick Grayson's methodology and way of thinking contrasting Bruce, and the two of them kind of go back and forth off each other, which is nice also. Bad. The only bad I could really say in this is, while I don't mind the backstory that is given, especially seeing that the backstory kind of gives more and more about the Court of Owls, I felt as though they took a little too much time to do it. I felt as though what was done in maybe 3 pages could have been done in a page and a half. A lot of it was just dialogue that was thrown out about Bruce doing his investigation, but most of his dialogue could be fit on 1 page with the panels with it. This is a minor complaint. I do like the idea that maybe possibly the Court of Owls were behind Bruce's parents' death. However, at the same time, that's kind of been done before with the Black Glove and Grant Morrison suspiciously thinking that, you know, maybe Bruce's parents weren't really randomly murdered. But I don't actually think the Court of Owls is behind Bruce's parents dying. I think Bruce's parents will always be a random murder. But I do like the idea that Bruce has played around with it, kind of tinkered with it. And the Court of Owls are getting to be more and more of a cool villain. My personal favorite bird is an owl. I like owls. They're cool. Not only are they a representation of wisdom, but they also are deadly hunters. I think the Court of Owls are turning out to be a very, very, very menacing villains. The only other small bad that I have with this is the fact that despite he finds all this evidence supporting that the Court of Owls exists, Bruce is still in denial that they exist. That's a little random. I mean, he goes to their hideouts, he finds their clothing, he finds their outfits, he finds relics and all this other stuff, and yet he still doesn't believe they exist. I don't know. Maybe it's just Bruce being arrogant. But whatever the case may be, issue number 4 is a good issue for Batman. It's a solid 4 out of 5 stars. It hasn't been. It's still a very good issue, although the previous issues were a little bit better. This is more of a transition issue, especially with the ending. It's going to lead into issue number 5, which I think is going to be a great issue, especially how things ended with this. Good issue, very good issue, and I do recommend picking it up. Scott Snyder is knocking this out of the ballpark. I really enjoyed this. So, Batman, issue number 4, I recommend that people pick it up. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.